Lunari off of being able to assemble his combo pieces. Lunari, on the other hand, is going to try to assemble the pieces
I don't want to run
to
Destiny Drain, but now I have to
perform the combo, which in this case involves using both
Trend-proof
Travel Rider and Trend-proof Trailblazer, so that every friend at that location that leaves play can allow him
place my white wreck is.
to bring back another card to his
Maryland makeover.
And by using Pinkie Pie Philly second in a face-off to give all his friends hasty.
Fixing the orange. Eat all my stuff. You discard your hand. Fixing the white.
Burst of speed.
Blow up all your board.
Over and over again using Party Favor to
only a 7 AT combo.
An infinite number or transfinite number of action tokens inside of the face-off.
So yeah, I was super worried when I opened my opening hand after Mulligan.
Each player
all my Nightmare Moons and Destiny Drain. I'm like, really, deck? Really?
I don't see why you're getting mad at it. Just making
And we'll have to see.
Just because you might not just do something stupid, but you did discard Soprano, so I had to take that. Well, we need to determine who's going first to see if you get an act. Should do that before Mulligans. Even or odd? Even. Okay.
Hugo looks like he's holding on to a Nightmare Moon in his opening hand.
I will keep.
And just needs to decide if that's enough to keep.
Dr. Lucky? Are you talking about kill Dr. Lucky?
Lunari decides he's going to risk it and take a mulligan.
Because there's both.
Yeah, and then so I actually just finished that over there when Dr. Lucky came back to life and started murdering everyone.
What?
Yeah, apparently there's
a variant of something.
Dr. Lucky comes back to life, and then now your objective is to either to avoid getting murdered by the ghost of Dr. Lucky while killing everyone else.
I have nothing to do.
Or, just run away long enough without Lucky and kill everyone else.
I don't want to do this again.
Alright, as soon as Lunari draws his second hand here, we will get this game underway.
I have my combo in my deck. You can concede at
Hugo likely choosing purple.
I have my Destiny Train in deck. You can concede at any time.
Which would allow him an easy flip on DJ.
You done?
I have to play other
I mean, it's not easy. Like, your job is not easy right now. My job is much easier than your job.
Oh god, Soprano? Party favors an Earth Bunny. So yes, it has to be Soprano or another Trend. So yeah. And I've already lost one red, so it's not a good place.
You're not. You shouldn't have trusted me when I said I was going to keep my hand.
I had no choice.
Hello. That's a lot of tags.
Hello.
Yes, thank you.
Wolfgang.
Wolfgang. Yes.
Fine.
Zalden Wolfgang. That is my character name. Zalden Wolfgang. Also known as Dumbledore 700.
Thank you for waiting, everyone.
Yes, we're currently in the top 8 for the Harmony Challenge.
Looks like everything has been properly
Currently
reconnected,
top 4, yes.
and we will get
where
the
we have
game
combo,
resuming.
combo, and me, who's like, die, combo, die! Exactly like that.
I don't know if you saw how dead I am.
Twitter, I'm very happy.
The only thing so far that looks like we
Nightmare Moon was
really
not
had
very
happened
nice.
is
yeah.
Lunari has played a pair of friends to Bugle's Problem, and Bugle has played a troublemaker, which was revealed to be Nightmare Moon.
So, I have a question. If I had played turn 1 troublemaker, would you flip your main? This is going to flip my Nightmare Moon. My
One troublemaker.
Would you flip your main? Or would you have waited to see?
I probably would have flipped my main, but I probably should have waited.
Yes. Oh yeah, it's clearly the correct way. So
I probably would have made the mistake to.
Yeah, we're good to go.
I'm just curious. We're good? Okay.
Alright.
Hello, stream. We're back.
stream, we're back.
So what just happened? Buell played or uncovered Nightmare Moon and hit lots
so
of combo
the cards
pieces.
that Lunari
Lunari
discarded,
is
like
crying
included
and
in
crying
TV
and
Almost
crying.
Judge, are
Now
sitting there.
we draw three
Play the
cards.
pieces. They're going to draw their 3 to form their hand afterwards.
And final turns
Which is
over.
going to cause DG to flip over.
And I'll proceed to main phase.
Alright.
He does have a magical misfire.
Soft draw a card.
And a
Oh, I
couple
like
nice
this a
draws.
lot.
Pair of
1, 2,
Twilight Sparkle
3,
cover to
and
cover.
4. Let's play 2
And
papers
it looks like
Twilight.
he's going to go ahead and play each of these.
This is what you wanted me to do, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
This is fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Eagle
Master.
drops both of these cover to covers at Nightmare Moon. Exhausting them for
Everything
action
is
tokens and passes the turn back to
awesome.
Lunari.
Everything
Draw a
is
card.
cool when you flip Nightmare Moon.
Alright. Alright, Nightmare
She
Moon.
is not a villain.
Before having to discard one at
Please
random.
ignore this text.
Feed the lady. Feed the lady.
This isn't the lady. The lady's RTO.
No, but this is the lady.
I'm going to throw this.
Feed. No.
No. Bonk.
No.
Random discard was another singing barrel.
Feed the lady.
Might make it a little bit tricky for Lunari to end up getting his color
Goodbye
requirement. Depends on
to
if one of those frightened
what
friends is
about
a Cloud Chaser.
Glimmer? Is that paying the woman?
Lunari with 3 action tokens.
Banish 2 cards face down.
Oh, that's Starlight Glimmer. We don't have a saying for that.
Okay, that's
Because
fine.
that one comes from back when Grandpa's and I were playing
Sure.
control decks.
Sure.
Okay.
Lunari going to go ahead and try to
Juggle or
refill
party.
his hand here with Let's Get
Get
This
this
Party
party
Started.
started.
Make it less likely that any single valuable piece he drew off of that Nightmare Moon is going to be discarded in subsequent turns.
Toss the draw again.
Going to go ahead and draw another card. That will bring him up to 7 in hand now. It looks like he did manage to get a Cloud Chaser and a Soren into play, so that's good. He'll have his blue requirement if he needs it. However,
Is that it?
the more cards he can put into his discard pile, the more dangerous it's going to be, because all Beagle needs to do is get a Gyro and a Destiny Drain, and that will effectively lock Lunari out of the
Troublemaker. What?
Alright. Resume. Okay.
And we're back here.
You got 3 acts.
3 acts. Alright. How
Ninja Rim.
can I get out of this situation? What I need to do is I need to do that.
It looks like Lunari played a Nightmare Star to prevent
So
Bugle from being able to effectively use his Twilight Sparkle cover to covers.
we will.
Though he does still get the Meticulous off of them. Bugle has dropped his Zecora over to Lunari's problem.
Anything else?
Probably to make sure he
ready,
maintains
ready.
to prevent
So
Bugle from being able to effectively use his Twilight Sparkle cover to covers.
we will.
Though he does still get the Meticulous off of them. Bugle has dropped his Zecora over to Lunari's problem.
Anything else?
Probably to make sure he
Ready,
maintains
ready,
his
ready.
purple color requirement if for some reason the
2.
problems change.
Gain 2. I don't know why I tried to gain 3, because I'm trying to cheat, I guess.
Just trying to skip to your main phase where you gain more AP.
Draw a card. Well, I can't, because of this.
Yeah, but you want to.
Here you go.
5,
Forgot
6,
this.
Random discard here for Nightmare Moon. Hits and Napcakes, potentially useful.
I will proceed to main phase.
One way that
Soft
can
draw.
sort of cause Lunari's turns to be stalled, and Bugle simply passes after drawing by exhausting Vinyl.
Where are you at?
You are now drawing and about to randomly discard 2 Nightmare Moon.
7? Sixes? No, six. Hey,
And
that's
hits
good
a
card.
burst of speed. A pretty good hit.
Would you like to challenge 2 on 7 and give me 2 action tokens?
Challenge.
Depending on whether or not Lunari discarded any of those in his earlier hand.
Okay.
Okay, so main phase.
He will go ahead and just draw to replace that. He's going to spend.
Hey. Yeah.
Looks like Lunari discarded another Nightmare Star to Nightmare Moon.
Troublemaker.
That's something he really needed
Troublemaker
multiple of.
Troublemaker phase.
Okay. That was way more than 3 to 7.
I start taking interactions, but even then,
Alright. I know the comment of it. Give Bugle to put his discard pile on camera. You can't see it.
Sure.
And that way we can see all the players' discard piles right now.
I will challenge.
You will challenge.
I will challenge.
Okay, I will gain 2 action tokens.
I know you.
Now with Party of 1 gone, that does offer a bit of protection for Lunari. We'll have to see though. He's going to go into a face-off. He's going to flip a Trender Hoop Trailblazer.
You're a 5.
So let's. 5, 6, 7,
And Lunari's facing down 10 power right now. He could get as high as 11 if he were to retire everything.
Retire this, you go up
2 for retiring the Frightened Friend, added on to Soren to bring him up to 3. Another 2 for retiring Party Favor, which would bring him up to 5. Another 2 for retiring each of Party Favor's tokens, so that would bring him up to 9 on Soren.
You think I have a higher flip average
would bring him up to 11, which would allow him to defeat the Nightmare Moon.
I have zeros.
He just has to decide if that's what he's willing to pay to be able to do this. Every
You
key
don't know
card
that.
he gets
Maybe
in
I'm
his discard
running
pile, he knows is
Pinky Pie
incredibly
Breezy.
fragile.
5.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
And it looks like he is going to elect to do that, retiring all the friends to
Currently
get,
have 11. He's
to
9.
get Soren up to
Yeah.
a very high power total and gets food thought.
Okay. You don't have to send anyone home.
My other truck is sitting.
This is true. Your travel writer is safe at the bottom of your deck. How many PFFs are in here? No PFFs are in here.
There's
But
a
your
few
sugar
pieces in
balls
there
are
that
not.
he realized he would be able to hit, or has hit with his first magical misfire.
Anything else? With your 2X?
We'll have to see what he chooses to do.
Two barrels and a fancy pants. Then you're not feeling good about that.
Hit my enter.
Lunari looking through his discard pile right now and bench pile, just seeing what his potential draws
At least you know I'm unlikely to party with 1 anytime soon.
You have the AT, I believe.
I don't have the white wreck. King crack?
You know, the singing barrel.
Or a maple. Yeah.
Next turn. You do it the turn after that.
I will decline.
Sure.
Would you like to do anything with the 2X?
Yeah.
Okay. It's one of those decisions.
I need to think
What can you play out to?
what actual outside.
Difficult decision to be made.
You need a PFF because your travel writer's at the bottom.
That's the least of my problems right now.
He knows that Bugle's options for getting his discard pile shuffled back into his deck are going to be more limited, especially having flipped that juggling routine in the face-off and having discarded one earlier. So even though he did lose a good amount of value in that face-off against Nightmare Moon, it wasn't all for naught. Because it does still put Bugle in the somewhat awkward position of potentially losing key cards that he draws as well.
Yeah, no.
You're done? Okay. I will gain 2 action tokens. Ready my character and do meticulous thing. Yeah, we'll
Bugle choosing to meticulous on the top, feeling a photo finish.
7.
Maybe just going to try to score some points that way, with each problem being locked down. Discard the Snips and Snails. Nothing that was going to do him a whole lot of good against Nightmare Star.
Try really hard.
Exhaust to draw. Draws a special beam cannon. Not a lot of good. Spends 3 action tokens, plays a Twilight Sparkle Ursa Vanquisher. Well, probably is going to go and try to beat Nightmare Star in a Troublemaker face-off on his next turn if he can.
And for security purposes, I believe I would like to...
And pays another 2 to move his Vinyl Main up to the problem as well, trying to secure this as best he can. That is going to put him at 10 power against Nightmare Star's 6, unless Lunaria has some way to potentially deal with this.
Is there a D10 in the vicinity?
Oh, no, wait, I just got it.
Okay, you only have 8. I think in this
Random
one
discard is
hey,
Trigger
like that.
Travel Writer. It's going to put at least 2 of those in Lunaria's discard pile.
You still have 1.
Yeah.
Checking to see if one was banished earlier.
One down and
Another unicorn.
Merely 2 copies of the Trenderhoof Trailblazer.
You're not in a good spot. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You're not in a good spot. Octavia's dead too?
yeah, you got Octavia with Nightmare Moon.
Yeah. I got Octavia and Triggerbell. Got both your 1-ofs.
Is there actually
I think it requires a lot of action.
and a lot of luck?
Lunaria exhausting with his Vinyl Main to draw another card. Again, trying to get as many of those pieces as he can.
Okay, that's fine.
Spending 1 action token, playing Let's Get This Party Started.
Well, we could we move them here? Okay, that's fine. Fine.
And discarding that Trenderhoof Travel Writer was a really good one for him to enjoy. It means that Lunaria has exactly 1 copy of each of the key Trenderhoofs left in his deck, and if either one of them gets discarded, it'll be very difficult for him to get it back. In fact, if the Trenderhoof Travel Writer gets discarded, Lunaria will actually have no method of getting that card back, since the deck's only source of recursion is actually through Trenderhoof Travel Writer.
Cloud Chaser.
Alright, chooses to discard a Cloud Chaser.
Discarding the Cloud Chaser.
I was thinking about this.
I'm surprised. Let's just put it that way. I'm surprised.
and discards a Pinkie Pie every pony's PFF. Without the other pink requirement on the field to be able to play it, it's not going to be doing him a whole lot of good right now. Also probably signals that he has an additional one in hand, because even if he didn't have the requirement right now, he knows that Trenderhoof Trailblazer is on the bottom of his deck, and he's going to need to find it eventually.
I have 11.
So Bugle will win this face-off against Nightmare Star, scoring him another 2 points.
Eat something? Oh, you're right. You're right.
Oh, but before the face-off against Nightmare Star, Bugle does need to discard a card to Nightmare Moon.
One, top or try. No!
Discards a Gyro. That's a very good
live another
discard
day.
for Lunari,
But
because
now
it means
I will
that you
beat this.
cannot use that Gyro to be able to go and tutor up a Destiny Drain and effectively lock Lunari out of the game.
Go up to 2, and I can get.
Now, Lunari is still not in a great place, but
I'll go to main
that
phase.
is another turn of hope for him. And as previously mentioned, with Bugle having many of those juggling routines in his discard pile already, it's going to be tricky for him to find a way to get those cards back in his deck.
Yes, please do not cross this line. Right.
Back up here after someone tripped over the wires.
Did you get through this turn?
Now it looks like Lunari did manage to find the other copy of Trenderhoof Travel Rider in his hand. And that's both a good place and a terrible place for that to be. It's a great place because it means it'll give him the opportunity to be able to put that on the field if and when he chooses to. But if he plays it too early, he runs the risk of Bugle being able to use some form of removal on it if he has it. Lunari, having spent 1 action token to play a Singing Barrel, naming white, spends 2 action tokens, gets Trenderhoof Travel Rider on the field.
But it's safer on the field than using my hand.
Yeah, that's the point.
Spends another 2 action tokens, plays a Rarity Soprano, choosing Bugle. And this is kind of an unfortunate position, because he knows that there's not a whole lot of use to discard right now, but he is going to choose to discard the food fight, and we're going to see what Bugle drops.
Anything else?
It's working. This looks like a what? Hold on, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. It's too loud in here. Come in here.
Ready. Meticulous. Bottom.
Lunari does manage to get a Rarity Soprano on the field and still has Singing Barrel in his hand currently.
Oh, okay. Well, so there she goes. There she goes again. Sauce throw? Sauce to sauce.
Completely a bastard.
Who walked over?
Random people. It's just it's coming into the room and asking for stuff.
Bah. Actually, that might be good, because you don't have blue.
That might be in the end. technically still have some blue entry, but and I can get that back.
It's not easy.
No, it's very easy actually. No, it's not.
You don't have a home limit yet. It's a lot of cards.
There's a lot of cards.
This is going straight to Twitch. This could this removes as many of the stupid things as I can remove.
Okay.
It is.
Grab.
It looks like there was another magical misfire that was played. Lunari is still not necessarily out of this yet. He's got the Trenderhoof in play if he can get to another Sorin. And there's Sorin in play at his home. He's going to exhaust DJ, draw a card, and really all he's looking for here is the Trenderhoof Trailblazer and some sort of showdown so he can start the face-off along with Burst of Speed. Bugle has been scoring points all this time, gaining or increasing the number of action tokens they're gaining each turn. And if Bugle doesn't draw into a Destiny Drain very soon, Lunari does pose a very serious threat to him with these pieces on the field. None of them being over 2 power where they could be food fought.
Draw a card. Main phase. No,
We'll choose to...
4, 7.
He's going to discard a card at random first due to Nightmare Moon. Discards number 5, 3, 4, 5. Discards the DJ Pony Breakdown.
Counting on not using that. Okay, main phase.
Exhaust, draws. It's okay, players. We're still here. We're still here. He was still looking through his discard pile, trying to see if there's anything useful he can bring back. He's going to spend an action token to draw a card. And that Destiny Drain, I guess he feels is not going to do a whole lot. Or at least he's drawing action tokens. Plays the Troublemaker.
You have 0 action tokens right now? Okay, 1, get that.
Yule does choose to bring back Napcakes.
I confront first, right? You confront first.
And chooses to confront. Discarding an Ari Mossman. Yeah, having banished everything from Lunari's discard pile previously with Magical Misfire, that Destiny Drain actually isn't doing him a lot of good. He's removed all his chances to target that card. Now, if Lunari discards one of his key combo pieces here, And it's a rarity soprano. Now, Lunari does have a soprano in hand or in play. And he has several action tokens. He's just looking for the window to start. And with likely very few cards remaining in Lunari's deck, his chances of drawing any single given card that he needs are increasing more and more, if he doesn't already have them in hand. Now, Lunari's only out here to protect himself from Bugle is going to be to make sure that he plays the vote first, which will cost him 1 action token. Then he'd need to find a way to retire one of his friends that he does not need to boost Soren Piepoward's power up high enough in blue to be able to play Burst of Speed, assuming he has some in hand. And from the time he is spending contemplating, it's likely he's holding several of these pieces in hand and just doing some math. Bugle again looking through his discard pile, seeing what's available, knowing that there is exactly 1 copy of Trenderhoof Trailblazer left in his deck. He's going to choose to exhaust DJ and draw a card. Unclear exactly what he drew. Bugle does take the chance to respond to this by playing a Napcase, putting Soren on top. And Lunari could still have the opportunity to play Soren for free by drawing Soren for 1 and then
portal him here.
Alright, does choose to exhaust Cloud Chaser after drawing the Soren. Play Soren for free. Get Soren back into play, knowing that Bugle still has F-Stop and could potentially simply Napcakes again. He must be hoping to try to go off this turn.
Look at me, show me what you got.
Thinking very carefully here. OBS studio is yes, I'm just today now.
Okay.
We'll score a point. Ready, 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 ready. 2, 4.
Now this is Lunari chooses to pass with 3 action tokens.
Random discard. I have 7, but it's not going to matter. This is a 9.
Bugle going to discard. Nope. Reveals the Nightmare Moon.
You got the last. You got
Discards.
I've got this too, so I'm about to. Well, and the misfire.
Yeah, you got the misfire. That's cool.
A Faction Wake, and that's going to be game.
That was a nightmare.
That's why I had to just
be
disrupt
right
this
back.
turn. I'm like, I don't care what I'm doing. This Nightmare Moon in this
Video
one
of
turn, and
I might have been able to.
Top 2 here at
If I had taken a different
BABSCon
action before you had a
2017.
window response, because I had the 2 blue and the white on.
if you played the vote,
If I
yeah.
had voted right there,
I was thinking about that. I'm like, oh no, I let him get to his main phase. I have to let him draw a card first. Like, bam! I did.
Yeah.
5 minutes and 40 seconds.
Top.
Which is the video.
Bottom.
Okay, near the top. What, just that? Yep.
I do not know.
I remember seeing something in February that said that they were, but then I've not been on their store and never seen any sign of it.
Yeah, I mean that it might not happen until closer. I don't know. Do you know if Interplay's planning on doing pre-orders for Defenders of Equestria?
I have no idea.
Yeah, they did for
For Marks and Time.
and I
Yeah,
got
it-
in on that,
It might
but
not.
then they told me that, oh, well, you ordered late, you ordered late in the process, and we ran out of all the promos, so we're gonna throw in a couple of extra packs for you.
So yeah, what because stuff like happened last time, they might not do it until after they will announce the pre-release, have stores order their pre-release kits, so
The
that they
stores
can.
are already able to order the pre-release.
So yeah, so that they can balance things.
The stores have been able to order the pre-release kits for a while. Unfortunately, I don't know any stores that have, but yes, they could have.
I'll be right.
I think it's supposed to be coming out in April.